Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Michelle, and here on this channel I make mommy videos, so everything from baby updates to baby product reviews. So if those are the type of videos you like to watch, I'd love for you to consider hitting that red subscribe button so you can see every time I have a new video. So today I'm finally sitting down to talk to you guys about my breastfeeding essentials. I did one of these videos with my daughter, so I will definitely link that video so you can see. Some of the things that I'm going to mention in this video are things that I used with her and that I absolutely loved, so I probably will mention them again, but there are some new things I've used this time around that I didn't use before. I've split them into 3 different categories. The first one is breastfeeding accessories, the second is pumping, and the third is lactation aids. So I'll kind of touch on all of those things in this video. Let's start with breastfeeding accessories. So the first thing that I'm going to talk to you guys about are nursing pads. These are most helpful in the very beginning of your breastfeeding journey when you might be leaking because your milk is trying to regulate according to your baby. So these are the ones that I absolutely love. I've tried a few, but I absolutely love the Philips Avent ones. These ones are the daytime pads. They also have nighttime pads, which are a little bit thicker, which is really nice because they're more absorbent. But these ones are great. They're soft, they're thin, so you can't see that you're wearing them. They're comfortable. And so I absolutely love these ones. I also use some reusable ones. I can't remember the brand. It was like an eco-friendly. I'll see if I could find it on Amazon or something and link it. But you just go on Amazon or into your store and look and see if you could find some reusable nursing pads. I have a few different types. Some that are nicer, thicker, and lacy. These ones are kind of made out of a more natural material. I just find with these, it's just a pain to kind of have to wash them. And sometimes they're not as big as the disposable ones, so they move around a lot. But these are really nice. I would use the reusable ones mostly when I'm at home. When I'm out and about, I just throw a few of the disposables in my diaper bag, and then when I'm done with them or they're full, I can just throw them away. I don't have to worry about storing nursing pads full of milk because that's kind of uncomfortable. So I like to have kind of both of them. The thing that goes with that is nursing covers. So I have a few different nursing covers that I love. I have one that my mom made me, which has a nice, I have one that I bought that has a, I don't know what to call it, like a plastic piece on top so that you can, it sits out a little bit so you could see the baby, which I really love because when you're trying to get them to latch and you can't see, it's super uncomfortable. And it has an adjustable strap so you can make it tighter or looser as you like. And then my mom made me one that was same as that. And this one I got as part of a set. I like this one because it's really wide. You can't even see the whole thing. And then it just has the little slit. So it's really wide. It covers all of your baby, but just any kind of nursing cover, whatever works for you. But that's nice when you're breastfeeding in public or people come over to visit and see the baby. You don't have to go off somewhere else and feed if you're not comfortable with just putting it all out there. The next thing I'm going to talk about are nursing bras. So I have 2 different types. They're both from Time Maternity. I actually love their stuff. So this one is more of a structured bra. This is one I would wear mostly after the fact, when I've been breastfeeding for a while. This one does have a wire in it, and that's why I say it's a little bit more structured, and the cup is a little bit more of a regular kind of bra, but it still has that clip so you can have easy access. And then for the beginning, when I just start breastfeeding, they say it's not good to have the wire. So these are the ones that I use. These are also from Time Maternity. These black ones, they come I think in a nude as well, but I just like black. And I can't remember what the design of this one is called, but I think it's a full coverage. So it definitely covers everything. You don't have any spillage, you don't have any issues with that, especially because things have grown. So it's the same clip, but I love that it is a full coverage, full cup coverage. So that's great to have, makes it way easier to be breastfeeding on the go. And then for me, this time around, I wanted to buy some nursing tank tops just to have underneath my clothes. That makes it easier for me that it's 2 clips and it covers up so that depending on what I'm wearing, you're not seeing your midriff, because even then I could breastfeed without my cover or things like that, but I don't have to worry about my stomach area or anything being exposed. So I really do love a nursing tank top, and mine is also from Time Maternity. And as you can see, it just has that same clip that comes off, so that's really great too. And of course, you know, it's a tank top, so sometimes some people will choose to wear them without a bra, so you could wear it without a nursing bra, as long as you're not at that point where you're still having any leakage. But it's really great because it gives you that midriff coverage, especially after you've just had a baby. You don't really want your stomach to be out there like that. At least I didn't. Okay, so the next thing that I have here are nipple creams. These are lifesavers, especially in those first 2 to 3 weeks of nursing. Things are getting like crazy. That your nipples will be hurt, they could be cracked, they could be bleeding, it's painful, your baby's learning to latch, and it's just a bit of a disaster. So I have 2 different types that I love to use that really help, and I usually use them in combination. I found that after I put these on, the best thing to do is to just leave it out, leave your breast out, and just let them be exposed to the air instead of just putting it on and then covering it up with your bra. Just let it kind of be soothed by the air and put the cream on it so it helps them to heal a little bit faster. So what I used was the Lancino, the HPA lanolin. This one soothes and protects sore nipples. It's 100% natural and hypoallergenic, so you don't have to worry about wiping it off before baby feeds. What I like about this one is that it is a thick cream, so it does give you that protective barrier. It just feels really nice and thick, and I feel like it just helps to soothe. The other one I love is by Earth Mama Angel Baby. This is the Earth Mama Organics Organic Nipple Butter to heal and repair dry skin. I was using this even before I had my son because I noticed that I was having a lot of scabbing. I don't know if that's normal, but I had a lot of scabbing before while I was pregnant, so I was using this. What I love about this is that you can use it on more than just your nipples. So it says apply after each feeding or as needed on dry lips, cheeks, heels. You can put it on the phalanges which go on your pump for more comfortable pumping. So that's really nice because you can use it for more than that, because you don't always use a whole package, but you can use it for other things. So I'm still using this on him when sometimes he would have like a rash from drooling, or if he has any dry skin or anything like that, I can just put a little bit of this. Nice, because this is kind of a multi-use product. This one is petroleum, paraben, and lanolin free, and it's just all organic, which is really nice. And this one, of course, does have the lanolin. And sometimes I feel like this is not enough on its own. You do need the lanolin. It just depends on what state things are in, but I love both of these. And the last thing in my breastfeeding accessories, or actually my second last thing, are these gel pads. These are gel pads by Lancino, and these are great because you can stick these in the fridge or the freezer, and then basically they go right around your boob. You can see there's the hole in the middle, and so you fit this right onto your breast, and it basically just kind of soothes it. So it helps. You can heat them, and they come with this little protective cover so that if you know it's not too cold or too hot on your skin. So it comes with this, and it's just really nice because it helps for a few different reasons. If you have a clogged duct, or you're having mastitis, or if you just feel like your boobs are very sore after breastfeeding, you can just put this on, whether it's with heat or cold. And it also helps with pumping too. If you want to kind of stimulate your letdown, you can warm this up and then stick it on and massage it, and that will help to stimulate your letdown when you're pumping. So I definitely would recommend these. I didn't have them with my daughter, and I definitely wish I did, because they definitely came in handy. So these are the gel pads. And the last breastfeeding accessory that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to put a picture here. It is a breastfeeding nursing pillow. I absolutely love the My Breast Friend. The best things that I love about it is that it has a wide surface, so baby feels comfortable to lay on it. I used to lay my daughter on it. My son would lay on it, and after she would feed, she would sleep, and I would just leave her on the pillow. My son just was really comfortable there, and in the back part it has a nice support for where it straps around your back, so it gives you that extra support on your back, and it just helps you prevent you from hunching over while breastfeeding, because that's one of the worst things you can do, because A, it gives you a lot of back pain, and B, it also can create too much letdown or stimulate too much milk flow for your baby if you're crunching over, and that could cause them to choke. So I found that a breastfeeding pillow just helped me to have the baby at the right height and everything for latching, especially in the beginning when nursing is all new. The next section that I'm going to be talking about is pumping. So I don't have my pumps with me because obviously I've been using them and things like that, so they're actually washed and drying downstairs. The pump that I have is the Medela pump, and I believe it is the Medela Freestyle. I bought this one when I had my daughter, and so I've had it for quite some time. I'll just put a picture of it here. This is the electric pump. It's a double pump. It is the one that I use most often. It's just really nice to put them both on at the same time, get your pumping down in half the time, and I didn't have to be doing the motion of like a manual pump, so that's the pump that I use most often at night or things like that. I did this time around buy a manual pump just because my pump, I think I need a new battery, but I wanted a manual pump that I could use during the day. When my son turned about when he turned 4 months and we went to his appointment, they said he wasn't quite where he needed to be on the curve, but they weren't really concerned. And I'd been thinking for a while about supplementing with some formula, just because I felt he needed more than I was able to provide. Like, he was still breastfeeding, and he still is breastfeeding, but now he's breastfed and formula fed. So I breastfeed him mainly, but I do supplement him with formula. But that's for a whole nother conversation. But I bought a manual pump so that I could pump during his naps during the day, just to kind of see if I could boost my supply. They do say during 4 months, especially with the sleep regression and everything, a lot of women do see a dip in their supply. So I've been doing some things to increase my supply, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But I did buy a manual pump just for that reason, so I don't have to pull up my electric pump all during the day and be washing it a ton of times. So this is the manual breast pump that I bought. I hope you guys can see it. If you can't, I will put a picture. This is the manual breast pump by Lancino, and I absolutely love it. I think it works great. It's lightweight. It's great. You could throw it in your bag or whatever. You could pump wherever, and you don't have to worry about bringing like your big manual pump. So I suggest that maybe you guys try to have an electric pump that you use sometimes, and then also having a manual pump that you can just kind of use very quickly here and there. The other thing that I absolutely loved this time around was the Haakaa Pump. I did a review on this. I'll leave it linked so you guys can see it. But I absolutely love these Haakaa silicone pump. So what I loved about it was that it could collect so much milk from your letdown. So when you're feeding your baby on one side, you'd still have letdown stimulated on the other side. And so you'd have some breast milk leaking into your breast pads, especially in the first, few weeks of nursing. So this would catch all that letdown, and I created a great storage of breast milk saved away in the freezer because of this silicone pump. You just attach it on and it just catches everything, and it does suck out a little bit extra, but you can see everything about it in the review. But I just absolutely love this because I felt like it helped me to create a stash. It helped, to collect that extra little bit of milk. And so I absolutely love this to maximize my breastfeeding, pumping kind of experience. The next thing I'm going to talk about is bottles. There's so many bottles that you can be using on the market. The ones that I use are the tomo bottles. I'll leave a picture here. I also use the Medela bottles because they came with my pump. So that's what I pump into, and I keep them in the fridge. If I make him a bottle of breast milk or formula, I put it in that, heat it up in that, and then transfer it into the tomo bottle. And the last thing that comes with kind of that pumping experience is your milk storage bags. These are the ones that I use. These are the ones by Lancino. I just love these ones more than, I don't know, some other brands. And I also had these left over from my daughter because I didn't pump a lot with her. So I had extra leftovers, but I absolutely love these milk storage bags. One more thing, I don't know if I said that was the last thing. I almost forgot that I had bought off of Amazon. If I can find it and link it, I will. This is a hands-free nursing bra accessory. So this helps for when you're pumping. I didn't want to buy like a really expensive pumping bra or anything like that. So basically, it just looks like this. There's different sizes. But basically what you do is they have these hooks that you hook onto your nursing bra. And so you flip down your nursing bra, you hook this onto the clips, and then it has these little holes that you stick the the flange through, and that way you can have hands-free pumping. So I bought this off Amazon. I think it was maybe $20. So I can just put this on and then I can pump both sides hands-free. I can just set everything up and let it go, and I don't have to worry about like holding the bottles or anything like that. So I absolutely think that this is something fantastic, especially if you're going to be, you know, pumping a lot. It just is really helpful to be more hands-free, and it makes your life a little bit easier. So the last category that I'm going to talk about today are my lactation aids. I just want to talk about a few things that I've been doing to increase my milk supply for my breastfeeding journey. So the first thing that I have on here is that I use lactation cookies and brownies. So I make my own lactation cookies. There's tons of cookies on the market. You could look up a recipe anywhere on the internet for lactation cookies. And then I also do brownies. So what I do with the brownies is I just buy the brownie mix, and then I'll add brewer's yeast or flax seeds into it just to give it that extra boost, but it still tastes like a regular brownie. So I just do that, and that I can eat those throughout the day to kind of bump up my supply a little bit. I also will drink the Milkmaid Tea by Earth Mama Angel Baby, and I'll leave a picture of that because I don't have any more of it. And I will drink that. You can drink it up to 3 times a day. And in the beginning, I was drinking it 3 times a day because I had a cold, so my supply was affected when I first had my son. But I would drink it maybe like once a day, like maybe in the morning I would drink it, or in the afternoon, just when I find that my supply could be high or low. But I would drink that once a day. And then I have this Upspring mix. It is chocolate flavored. It tastes just like chocolate milk. So you can mix it in hot milk or cold milk. I use cold milk, and it tastes just like chocolate milk. And I'll leave a picture of that here. And it's got fenugreek and I think milk thistle in it. So it's really great. I notice after I drink that, I do get tingling. So I know that it's stimulating milk flow, which is really nice. And I'll also drink coconut water. I'm not a big fan of the boxed coconut waters, but I will drink them. So I just mix the coconut water with a little bit of pineapple juice and a little bit of orange juice to give it a little bit more of a tropical flavor, and I'll drink that. I also will sometimes put it into a smoothie with some like spinach, because leafy greens are really good for increasing your milk flow. So I'll put spinach, I'll put some, you know, fruit and stuff, and I'll put a ton of coconut water in it, and I'll drink that as well. The other thing that I'll do is I'll eat oatmeal. They say oatmeal is really good for milk production, so I'll eat oatmeal for breakfast a few times a week. And the last thing is that I drink a ton of water, and I drink it out of my Yeti. I'm absolutely in love with this. I've seen so many people talk about this, and I've been sitting on it in my cart because it is a little bit expensive. I don't know if that's just because I'm in Canada buying it, but on Amazon for me it's about I think it's about $35 to $40, I believe. And they have different sizes. So this is the 20 ounce. They have, I believe, a 30 ounce. And then they have the hot one, the mug for like coffees and teas, and I have that one as well. But I absolutely love this. I can put ice in this and it will stay, like the ice doesn't melt fast. I could put cold water in it and it will still be cold in the morning. Like this thing keeps things cold for the longest time. And I don't like room temperature water, so I drink my water best when it is a little bit on the colder side. So this is basically what I use to drink as much water. And I like to drink out of a straw, so I just bought these. I have stainless steel ones, and these are like kind of a rose gold colored straw that I just slip in there because I just find that helps me to drink more water. But that is basically it for my lactation aids, and that is it for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed, don't forget to hit that red subscribe button so you can join my little internet family. Don't forget to check out the description box. That's where I will link as many products as possible, and where I will leave other videos and reviews that I've done on some of these products down there. And I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.